everybody. I'm still alive. That's right. All right, well, this is the third Primal Diet Experience report. This is going to be from August 2022 to November 2022. And we'll get cracking with the list I got. So first, one of the main factors to note for this last 3 months is I've been battling in a war with acid reflux. I've had acid reflux before the Primal Diet, but nothing till now of this extent. I've had acid reflux and consistently. So I realized I've been eating probably 90% red meat daily over the last 7 months of the Primal Diet experience. And I think that's been made me really over acidic in the blood. Whether it's through toxins themselves or toxins plus the red meat. As Primal Diet books suggest, red meat is the most acidic meat, making that one of the factors. But so far, I think over the last 2 months, last month, I've been eating 100% white meat, chicken, and fish, and other seafood and things, scallops. I think that's helped lower the blood acidity. For sure made some changes in the way the acid was affecting me, less symptoms, less burning, but I'll say it's not all the way cured yet. That may be I just haven't done the white meat long enough, the higher ratio of white meat to red. I have been doing the suggestions from Agenus's Q&As and works, and other Primal Dietists have been really detrimental and helpful to give me suggestions to combat the acid reflux. A couple of people have been saying, also Agenus had this in Q&A, said to drink just a glass, maybe like 4 to 8 ounces of milk during a meat meal. That can combat the over acidity. And since you're so over acidic, you can have that milk to kind of alkalize or, kill some of the over acidity in the blood. And you can still digest the food because you're already over acidic. So you have an really acidic system at the time. I've been doing that. It's been working a little bit. Dies down the esophageal acid a little, but not 100%. Been also told to eat cucumber slices during the meals. That helps a little bit. Once again, not 100% curing it immediately. I think the most effective 2 methods I've heard so far are the cheese, unsalted raw cheese cubes. You do those after the meals and before the meals, and then whenever you feel acid creeping up as well. That has been killing the acid reflux, which has been really nice, but it's only temporarily, unfortunately. So I think I need to heal and bring out all the toxins from the esophagus and everything else from the stomach as well. That just might be a long-term detox. The last thing was the milkshakes. Someone, a Primal Diet doer, said to do the milkshakes, and that has been helping as well, digesting properly and not being as over acidic with all those ingredients combined. I think it really helps. Let's see. I also think eating way too much in one sitting is causing acid reflux. Just stuffing myself. I think it just causes a lot of pressure on that stomach lining and esophagus closing and opening area. It might be pushing acid up due to way too much toxicity, and it needs to actually heal that area so it's properly, keep gating the acids functioning 100%. I think I need to get there still. So it might be healing of the stomach and the esophagus and the connective lining so there's no acid creeping through. So that's acid reflux. On to the next things. I've had less amounts of detoxes in the stomach, which has been great. As far as, you know, feeling good. Maybe not as good as the other side of things where it's you want to detox, but it could be that I've been doing the hot baths and exercising and sweating may be helping. Maybe that's the detox pathway right now, and I'm just channeling that pathway for my body's choice to detox instead of the stomach. So that may be the upside, hopefully. I've been focusing on eating way more fat to help gain weight. Just fat. And I think I've gained about 5 to 6 pounds since the last report. So I'm about 155 right now, which I'd love to be way heavier, but slow and steady wins the race. So I'm just trying to not to force my body to uptake so many more quantities of food if it's not ready to digest it. But the new daily item I've been adding for fat is beef fat trimmings. These things are delicious. I didn't realize until now. I've only been starting to do this since this 3-month range. I just didn't know about them until a Primal dieter recommended me to them to up the fat. And I think I actually digest the fat trimmings better than butter currently, which is pretty amazing. I guess it's because, you know, it's readily available and utilizable by the human body, since, you know, we're made of the same kind of fat. I think it's easier to digest for me than butter. At least it's been feeling that way. And beef fat trimmings is also really cheap for most butchers, so you should definitely look out for that stuff. Way cheaper than butter. Segueing into the next topic from the last, I've been trying to optimize my digestion. Digestion's been a little shaky. And furthermore, I've been adding enzyme kind of supporting foods, like pineapple, adding more raw honey. I think it's been helping finally after like 2 months of the enzyme increase support, since my bowel movements are less frequent. I think I'm actually assimilating and digesting all of those nutrients, which I should be, instead of just kind of, I don't know, letting them kind of just sit there and take a while to move through the system, and then it may just be pulling toxins, and that's the bowel movements, which is fine, but I want to guarantee I'm actually digesting as much as possible, besides the fat used for binding with toxins and things. So yeah, I think I've been digesting way better. Pineapple, the newest addition, I think is helping the most. A little cube, like literally just like a I don't know, half an ounce cube, little square of pineapple every meal. Too much pineapple, I heard, can use your meal as fuel instead of healing, so just trying to keep it minimal. I think that's working. Also, new personal record. I can drink a milkshake now with like 3 eggs in it now without getting an instant stomach toxin pulling pain. Like before, I could only do like 1 egg. It was just nothing. And now I can kind of up that raw egg tolerance, I think, and my body's not like, oh god, we gotta detox immediately with all this new raw egg fat and protein. Now it can actually assimilate, I think, the egg. And maybe I'm less toxic now. That could be what it is, and it just doesn't hurt to drink eggs because it's not pulling as many toxins as before, or it doesn't need to pull as many. And then I'd say overall I have a pretty stagnant energy level and a pretty peaceful state of mind. But I have to note that every now and then, I tend to overthink simple things like breathing, and it's things like that where it's just like simple tasks of the day. I don't know why my brain likes to overthink these things like they're some sort of challenge, because they're not. And I think it could be the over acidity that's in my blood recently, because I've been kind of doing it mostly recently with this overthinking. And I think the over acidity is making me irritable a little bit sometimes, or causing anxiety randomly. So I think I need to up the exercise a little bit, get outside more, get a bunch of oxygen, and work on the over acidity thing, because I think that's just messing with my psyche a little bit, but not too bad. New exercise and workout regimen. I started a new calisthenics workout program. I think I had like another instinctual moment where I realized in the last report I said, oh, I need to do some big weights, barbells, accessory weights to really feel something. Then I realized after doing that a couple weeks and so on, I didn't care for the weights anymore. I was like, this is just too stressful. Sorry. And I think I started looking back into my instincts, what they were saying. I think I need to try a calisthenics program fully to see how I really feel, because I think that's what my body wants to do. Not too high stress, but just enough volume and intensity to be the right amount. So I started this new program called Monkey Strength by Casey Stern. You might know him on YouTube as a Vegetable Police. He's a really good guy. Like, he's just trying to do the natural way of physical and mental health. So I just kind of like looked at his stuff, and now I got his program downloaded, and I'm trying it now, and it's got a lot of it's based on going to the fundamental like movements of calisthenic workouts, like push-ups, pull-ups, squats, leg raises, all that. But you're doing like the most bare bone basic movement, like against a wall and stuff, where you're not actually having full leverage on the ground, pushing your body weight up. You start on like leaning on a wall and that kind of stuff. So I think it's really good for the joints, like he says, to get those really small joints ready for the big leverage later on in the program, where you're actually using body weight and even more load on limbs than you're used to, like one-armed things and one-legged things. So I'm kind of excited for that. Just get overall body resilience and balance, stability, and just overall good strength. Last thing, I'd say my overall confidence has gone up a lot. I'm able to approach people pretty easily. I'll strike conversations if instinctually I want to do it. Just listen to my body, like what it wants to do, what I'm curious about. I don't force anything really. I hate forcing things. But yeah, I'd say like in terms of like being attracted to certain girls, like if I'm attracted to them, I'll go up and talk to them. Like I used to never do that. So I think I just gotta listen to my instincts, and yeah, stop being scared, which has been natural for me recently. So and in doing things, meeting people in groups, and going out and playing sports and things, like I've been way more accustomed to do that recently. So that's been really nice. Getting out and grounding and things. But I think that's it. And yeah, see you guys in the next report. Thanks.